Hey everybody, welcome to the Monkey Bar Gym TV episode here with John and Jess Hines. How you guys doing? And that's Holly right there. How's Holly doing?
Good.
Good and bad.
Good and bad?
Good and terrible.
Good and terrible.
I heard that. Awesome. I look forward to this episode with you guys. We have a laundry list of questions that we always have a hard time going through every time we do these Monkey Bar Gym TV episodes. And so I figure I curate all the questions that people submitted for this episode and in the past that we couldn't get to. So I'm pretty excited about getting into that. A quick couple announcements. You guys have the CMT course this month, correct? That's exciting.
A few weeks, couple weeks.
Couple more weeks. That's April 22nd to the 24th in Madison. Certified natural trainer. You don't have to be a fitness professional for this. A lot of people go for personal development, and a lot of people don't know that, so it's good to highlight that. And we also got, when is your guys' next base certification course? I didn't get those next dates.
We haven't set one yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have it? Oh, okay.
We just did the base seminar, and we've been teaching some Monkey Bar Gym affiliates how to teach base classes. And we were going to schedule the first base certification for probably later in the fall. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Excellent. We look forward to that. Mike just hopped on board. Hey, Mike, welcome. He's from Central Florida. He has a few questions about Eischens Yoga with John, and we'll get your question asked in a little bit, John, Mike. So just go ahead and just do what you just did in the chat. If you guys have any questions for the rest of the people in the audience, we're going to keep this a real dialogue. So as we're talking, we're going through these list of questions. Please feel free to ask your questions while we're having this MBG-TV episode here. But we also got the Eischens Yoga digital download program too as well. So be sure to look out for a link for that. And the Monkey Bar Gym online fitness program, which is awesome. We just signed up a gentleman today that's from Israel. And that's pretty amazing to get people all over the world being a part of this community. So yeah, just go ahead and post your question, Mike. And then I got a list of questions I'm going to pop up here. Unless you guys want to say anything before we get started. John and Jess?
No, I think we're ready to answer.
We're ready to answer any of your questions.
Cool. So we got Larry here who submitted a question. He said, where to start on a plant diet?
Wow. Where to start? Well, I would read some books. There's a lot of great information out there with books. The China Studies, the Facts, the Thrive book by Brendan Brazier is more for athletes. Your Healthy Journey by Dr. BC is a great, step-by-step approach from wherever you're at to go to wherever you want to be, basically. And then Joel Furman books are excellent as well. Educate yourself first before you just start randomly trying to eat things that, people might tell you, oh, just eat your vegetables, and you go and get some vegetables at McDonald's or something like that. There's a lot of little things that you can do to upgrade every single meal that you eat, every snack that you eat. Just because you eat plant-based doesn't mean it's healthy. You could eat crappy. Just, any nutrition program, a person could eat really crappy on it. But if you get educated on it, that's a great first step. Ask people like us, and we'll help you out. If you have a more specific question, that's the first thing I would do, though, is get educated.
Yeah. And then if you're just looking for something to quickly replace a meal, I think the easiest thing to do is make smoothies. Get yourself a plant protein powder at, maybe your local co-op, or if you have to, Whole Foods, or get it online. And then just put a smoothie into your day. Maybe it's lunchtime or after you work out.
Yeah, and it's simple as, throw some berries, some spinach, maybe some almond milk, your favorite plant-based protein powder in it, and blend it up. And then you'll learn that my friend John Allen Mollenhauer actually said, just throw a whole bunch of veggies and some fruit in a blender that you like and just blend it up. You don't need any protein powder. You don't need any almond milk or anything like that. You can put water in it if you want, but those types of milks give it a little bit of creaminess. If you put a frozen banana in it, that's definitely going to add the creamy texture and a little bit of sweetness to it. But literally, you can throw all types of green vegetables in there, all types of fruits that you want. throw some nuts and seeds, throw some chia seeds in there, throw some hemp seeds in there, and you would get naturally untouched by man proteins. And there you go, having an excellent, simple meal you can make in just a couple of minutes that's about as healthy as you can get.
Yeah, it's amazing how easy it is. I mean, when I make smoothies for Johnny and I after a workout, it might be 2 cups of water, 2 very ripe bananas,
Nice.
a big handful of fresh spinach, maybe 2, about a cup of blueberries, and blend it up, and then I add in my protein powder. It's super simple.
Awesome. And you guys do that every day, like a smoothie after your workout every day?
I would say we have one at least 5 times, a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I found smoothies are so convenient for me because it's just blended. You can take it to go. I had one earlier today with 2 hands full of kale. I had half a handful of parsley, 2 bananas, and an orange, some water, chia seeds and flax seeds, and a lot of ice. So just chugged it. So I'm wearing a diaper as we speak, just in case anything happens.
Ooh, that's terrible. That's
Just kidding. Just kidding. It was like that much. I'm just messing with you. Next person
trying to help people eat that way.
Yeah.
No, there's
Don't wear a diaper after you eat this smoothie.
I got a question from Amy. She says, I work long hours and have a long commute, 3 hours a day. How do I fit this into getting healthier?
3 hours a day for her commute.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
What, eating, nutrition-wise?
She just says to get healthier. How do you fit this into get healthier?
Wow, there's so many points that you can do on that. 3 hours each way. I would listen to positive audiobooks like crazy.
Yeah.
And get really into that. I would plan way ahead my meals ahead of time and my snacks ahead of time. Plan it out. Lay all that out. And then I would also get your workouts done during the day or before you go to work or while you're at work or something like that. And if you truly have 6 hours of commuting to work and then you work 8 hours, you probably don't have a lot of time to spend in the gym because there goes 14 hours of your day and then you got to eat too. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that. You can do simple exercise for the day. Every hour, maybe on the hour, you do a set of push-ups. The next day, you do a set of pull-ups. You don't have if you have a pull-up bar in your door at work, if that's too much for you, use a jungle gym off your door and just do a set every hour. And you can mix up your workouts for the whole week like that and get awesome training in without, getting a full-on sweat, but you'll get really strong. You'll listen to positive things on the way to and from work. If you plan your meals out ahead of time, you can really get in great shape, and you'll do it all quite simply.
I really like doing an exercise every hour on the hour, even if I kept with the same one all the way throughout the day. But I understand too, her question is it's not super specific, so I'm not quite sure what she's asking for. But if she's got a 3-hour commute and she has to work in between that, for me, I would want to get that workout done as early as possible, and I would schedule it in my morning routine. I got to get my workout done. Yeah. And even if she changes it to be something like a 15-15, you can do that with any of the exercises or the workouts that we send in the program. She can turn all of those into a 15-15 and make that last 10 to 20 minutes and be done with it. And then maybe on her off days, she does base, which is a half an hour. But if I were her, I'd schedule everything first thing in the morning. I have to work out.
Yeah, I think the online fitness program will fit her. If she's not a part of the online fitness program, I would encourage her to join that program because you'll get accountability, you get directions, the base programs, you'll get everything that you need for your support, the strategy, the motivation, the accountability. So that's what I would suggest for her too as well. And that's coming from John and Jess. Coaching from John and Jess is pretty awesome. Mike from Florida, if you want to post your Eischens Yoga question, go ahead and do so. If you want to get promoted to do a video chat with us, you're more than welcome. Just let me know, but your camera will be on. Just let me know, Mike. I know you're in the audience. Emmanuel asked, beyond April, when is the next CNT course?
The next CNT course is October 22nd, 21st to the 23rd in Madison.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Michael asked, this is a cool one. How do you open an MBG, Monkey Bar Gym?
a couple steps to doing it. The first thing is get certified. And then there's a couple steps. We'll actually have all the steps up on our website for you, monkeybargym.com. We don't have every single step there. We're laying it out for you guys, just a couple step program, exactly how you become a Monkey Bar Gym affiliate. But the first thing is take the course, the CNT level 1 course. Be a great way for you to just get indoctrinated, doing the online training, following the webinar and learning how we're doing everything like that as well. All of that stuff is helpful for you to really learn about our culture, what we're doing.
And then after that, it's a pretty simple process of filling out an application, getting that application accepted, and then filling out the agreement, which is a very simple agreement. And that's it. That's basically it.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. That's awesome. You guys give an opportunity for us to represent your guys' brand like that. I know you guys have several people representing your brand worldwide. That's just amazing. And what a great program. Mike just inputted his question here. He said, I've been suffering from 2 chronic injuries. One being my left knee. I injured the back of the knee doing short sprints about 2 years ago. I've had chiropractor x-ray and checked the mobility off and on since. And he tells me that there's no joint or cartilage damage. It continues to bother me, not to the point of excruciating pain. Probably a 3 on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. Mainly when I go into a full squat, but I also have some discomfort at times when I'm standing. It also has hindered my jump. It does not seem to want to get better. Do you think I have a choice to finally heal it doing Eischens Yoga? I remember some of your other videos where you mentioned that you healed one of the knees during Eischens Yogas. Which pose should I use for the knee? What should I do from here? I already have joined or he already bought the Eischens Yoga DVD. Thank you.
Well, you took the correct first step. Get the Eischens Yoga DVD download, 1. Secondly, it sounds like to both of us, you hyperextended your knee a little bit while you're running. You might even stand in hyperextension, and that might stress the back of your knee. And when you're running, if you hit the ground with your leg neutral or slightly hyperextended, that's going to cause trauma to the back of your knee as well. And Eischens Yoga does a really amazing job at creating balance in all the joints. If a person has a slightly hypermobile joint, in your case, I'm guessing it's your knee, and instead of sitting neutral, it sits slightly back, so you're in slight hyperextension. Doing something dynamic, sprinting, where you might hit the ground with a slightly extended knee, or neutral in your case, but it's so unstable it might go to extension, is very dangerous for you because you lack the ability to stabilize it because the joint's loose. So what Eischens Yoga will do, will redevelop stability around that joint. Some things that I'm not sure if you've ever done, but people in your situation, they static stretch a lot, and they have done so for their whole lives, which exasperates the problem. So if you do the Eischens Yoga every single day and really pay attention to the cues of shin forward, especially thigh back, you're going to really start to feel differences in the stabilizers around your knees and your hips. And that's extremely important for you. I wouldn't do anything dynamic for quite a long time. I would do Eischens Yoga daily, if not twice a day for a while. And then I would also start a very simple strength training program, which you can do following our workouts. Just do the strength workouts, but if there's any exercise in there that's dynamic in nature, like box jumps or anything like that, you don't do that. You do the stability level of it, and you don't put the time into the equation either. So you don't have to work. You might have to go. So you might have to pay attention to speed or something in a workout. We don't want you to do that. Just do the exercises, rest, focus on just getting your strength base down, and then do the Eischens Yoga. And if you do those 2 things, I'm pretty positive we'll be hearing you on the same webinar a couple weeks from now telling us how much better that you feel.
Wow, that's great information. Thanks so much, John. I hope that helps, Mike. Let us know if you have any other questions. I got tons of questions flying in right now. That was super helpful. I got one from Kathy here. When doing base spinal twist on the wall, do you eventually want to see both shoulders touching the wall?
Well, if you have your arms up in the field goal position on the wall, you don't want to splay them out. You don't want to turn them in or just do stuff like that. You want your arms parallel to the wall. That's the focus, okay? Hands flat, wrists flat, elbows flat. Now with the arms in, but forearms parallel to one another. Work on that. Push the elbows in, but also extend the elbows wide as well. And when you're doing that, you want to be square to the wall. If your shoulders and your chest and everything spread is coming towards the wall evenly, great. Okay, but is your foot, knee, and hip on the wall as well? So the thing is, a lot of people will get their chest and shoulders against the wall, but then they lost the original part. Your foot, knee, and hip should be on the wall. Get your forearms on the wall, and then you start to work towards the wall as your elbows work out while staying parallel. If you do all those things, then you'll get the big rotation, okay? The hitting like a certain level on the pose is not the goal. The goal is to feel good when you get out of the pose. So when you finish the pose, do you feel lighter? Great. If you touched your shoulders to the wall, but yet you sacrificed your lower back or something like that, do you see how that can be misconstrued? Where, well, I touched my shoulders, didn't I do that right? Yeah, but you sacrificed one other thing. So in actuality, no, you hurt yourself. The objective is to feel good. That's the thing about Eischens Yoga. There is no right or wrong. It's to feel good.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Kelly also asked, high five. Yeah. My elbows hurt from doing Brazilian. I don't want to show my calluses. You guys always make fun of them. My elbows hurt from doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Can Monkey Bar Gym help me? I don't want to stop doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've had some serious elbow injuries from Jiu-Jitsu, and lots of hand pain, and you got neck pain, you got lower back pain. The best things that I ever did was, as soon as I would finish Jiu-Jitsu class, I'd have the whole class do the beginner sequence, which is your first sequence in your download if you got it. So if I was you, as soon as you finish training Jiu-Jitsu, go through the whole beginner sequence. Get used to doing that every single day, and that will help your back, it'll help your neck, it'll help your hands, everything. A big part of that also is I would do the brachiation exercise that you'll see in our base sequences as well. Got to do those every single day for Jiu-Jitsu because there's so much pulling that a lot of people hurt their fingers that train a lot. So if you do the Eischens Yoga after class and you do a little bit of brachiation every single day as well, you're going to feel fine.
Awesome. She also asked, do you do anything but fitness at Monkey Bar Gym, Jiu-Jitsu, or anything for self-defense?
Yeah, we have Krav Maga there as well in Madison. Some monkey bars, about half of the Monkey Bar gyms, they have Krav Maga. Some have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm not sure if all of them have some type of combative, but the Monkey Bar Gym, I opened it on the premise of physical training, yoga, and combatives. And I feel like combatives are a very important, integral part for people's health and well-being. If you just train fitness, that's great. But to have some understanding of combatives, knowing how to interact with people so that you feel safe and confident, that's huge. And whether you can get that just from doing jiu-jitsu, boxing, Krav Maga, whatever, if you can get yourself to that state where you feel comfortable in possible different altercations, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Got a follow-up question from Mike about the Eischens Yoga. Which pose should I use for the knee?
The ones for the knee you'll see are, well, there's quite a few of them actually. Supine Mountain is one of them that I think would benefit you greatly.
Yeah.
Supine Bridge you'll see that in there, but I think that Supine Mountain is going to be the best one for you. And really pay attention to the actions of shin forward, because that is the area that you're lacking. Two areas. You're lacking the shin forward understanding. You're lacking the thigh back understanding.
Yeah.
The shin forward, I think you want to put a little bit more emphasis on. So when you hear that cue of push the shins forward, really think about pushing. And it's not a bend of the knee. It's kind of like you're trying to stop your foot from sliding straight across the floor. It's a different kind of action. So really kind of focus on that one in those poses. You'll hear it in front warrior, you hear it in supine, mountain. Those are the ones you need to kind of focus on.
Yeah, that's awesome. He also has back and shoulder pain. So after like he starts seeing improvement from the knees, does going through the entire Eischens Yoga program help him with all the other injuries, back, shoulders?
Yeah, I mean, it is literally meant to balance the body and open up those joints that you've closed up. It's really meant to fix you. Even if he were to do, and even for the person who was talking about their elbow pain from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, even if you did one breath for every pose, that is going to benefit you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, when you go through this, the program for the Eischens Yoga, please post your progress on, I don't know if you're an online member. If not, post it on our Facebook fan page. We want to hear your results from that, okay? And do it daily like John and Jess recommend. I got a question coming in from Christine. Will future certification be held in other states, New England, RI, for example?
Yeah, actually. What we started over almost a year ago was we started a Monkey Bar Gym Elite Training course. And for those that have been following us for a long time, we invited in about 15 of the top Monkey Bar Gym trainers across the country, and with the entire premise of teaching them how to teach the level 1 courses in their neck of the woods. So we have people from pretty much all over the country that will be able to teach the CNT level 1 course very, very soon. The wrap up for those guys is actually in 2 weeks. They will be all at this upcoming CNT 1 course. They will be teaching it with us, and that'll be the end of their it's been almost a year of training for these guys. And these guys have all been trainers for quite a long time. I mean, some up to 20 years.
Wow.
And this has been a really intensive time of training for these guys specifically, because it's all about the type of training that the Monkey Bar Gym is all about: pure function, plant strong nutrition, learning how to align the body properly, and teach people the 3 different levels. And then also being able to give people all types of alternatives, no matter where they are, what they're doing, or things like that. And so these people are going to be truly elite trainers, and they'll be able to teach it, and you're not going to look pretty positive.
Awesome. So take a red-eye flight there, Christine. And you got time to sign up. So Callie just submitted a question. If you become an affiliate, do you offer any support or help for becoming an affiliate?
Yeah, absolutely. We obviously, when you become an affiliate, you get the use of all of our trademarks. You also get all of our workouts with the video included. But we go one step further, and we help you with all across the board on setting up your business, how to promote it, how to sell like a 60-day fitness challenge package. We tell you about all of the numbers that we have here at the Monkey Bar Gym in Madison, as far as, you know, what our memberships are costing, and kind of help you match that with your demographic, because not everybody is the same. Not all Monkey Bar Gyms charge the same. So there's continuous support. You can always contact us and ask us any kinds of questions. You know, helping you set up your gym as far as what kind of equipment you'll need, where to go get that equipment, just a ton of stuff that we help you guys out with. Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, a lot of support there. Got a question from an anonymous viewer. Thanks for talking about Eischens Yoga. I read front warrior works the frontal plane. What poses work the other plane of motion?
Front warrior works the back plane.
Does not. Where did you read that? That it works the frontal plane.
Maybe that's why they're an anonymous viewer.
Almost every single Eischens Yoga, it works in the frontal plane, okay, but it works all aspects of the body. So in all the warrior poses, you know, the beauty of the warrior poses. So when you're in front warrior, you move to front lunge, then you get rotation to it. You move to a lateral type side warrior position. It works in all planes because of that. So, but when you're saying frontal plane, what I don't want to. For some people understand what that is. Some people don't. A lot of people might misconstrue that as the front side of the body, and that's not what you're talking about. So, what simplicity-wise, we like to work things square. We like to work things with rotation. We like to work things in a lateral movement position. All the poses that you do in the Eischens Yoga beginner sequence hit every single one of those things, because every joint might move forward, backwards, but it might get rotation as well. It might need to move laterally, and you want to hit all of those angles with each pose. And that's what you will definitely do with the Eischens Yoga beginner sequence and the warrior sequence and all the base poses as well. We lay them out in a specific manner so that they are not all frontal plane, lateral, or what a sagittal plane, and different planes like that. They're a mixture of all of them, so your body adapts to all types of movements. That's very important for success, because we don't live in one plane, we live in multiple planes, and you need to be able to adapt to all types of movement patterns just to be healthy today.
Awesome. Kelly also asked, I would love to hear how you train Jess to box. Will you have a show about that? Yeah, it's right now. You guys, she wants to know how you train.
Yeah, we could totally do a show about that. We were thinking of another show that we'd love to do. I think people would really be interested in it, is talking to John's mom and talking to John's dad.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, they are characters, and they have stories that are just unbelievable. And John's mom, being the age that she is and being able to do stuff that 20-year-old women can't do, blows your mind. And just all of the things that she's overcome just by training at the Monkey Bar and doing bass class and all kinds of stuff. And then his dad being a boxer and just inventing all of this equipment and having this company. So we would really love to do interviews with the two of them too, do a webinar with them too. That would be great.
But for sure with Jessie, it would be fun. And we've had a lot of people on Facebook ask, how she's doing and her training and things like that. And for somebody that's been in it, Holly has a fixation on one pillow. And she just packs it. It's this green and white pillow that we have. It's
one of my favorite pillows, and she's just torn it up.
She just rips it.
Oh my God.
Any other pillow, it's just this one pillow. God.
All right.
So we were talking about Jessie's training. Yeah, we could definitely have a show and talk just about that, just about her boxing training and her conditioning for her fights and mental training for the fights and all the processes, and not just the training, but it would be great for a lot of you guys out there just to hear all the processes that she's going through.
Yeah.
Stuff that as her coach and trainer and her husband, it's a real different training environment for me. Training my wife, it's completely different than training an NBA player,
especially in a sport that's so combative like that. It's challenging, and there really isn't anything like fighting in helping you in life. I mean, it's basically what we're all doing, and I think that's why people are so attracted to fighting. As soon as I stepped in the ring, I was like, wow, this is a different environment. This is different. And after leaving, I'm like, things just don't look the same.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
John, look out, we got it.
You were talking, so I was like, we're in learning mode about Holly right now. So when she does a certain thing, we got to get going to take her outside right away. Otherwise, there would be a little mistake on the ground. And so we've been doing good.
That's awesome. Knock on wood.
So we both saw her like at the door, and so we were like, but on her training, I was just talking about like I can talk about her training, her and her skill and her boxing training and her conditioning training and stuff like that. But I actually think the more interesting is all the different things that she's going through mentally. It's a lot, and it's really interesting. When I've just on the way back from her first fights in Kansas City, we drove down there just to have fun and have a road trip. And on the way back, I think we talked about her boxing and her lessons learned for almost 8 hours straight. It was that interesting. It's much more than boxing. It's about life and dealing with fears, facing fears. And just recently, I asked my dad, you know, he was a pro fighter. I've said that he was an NCAA champion, Golden Gloves champion. He was about as high level as you're going to find. And I asked him, was boxing like life for you? And he thought about it, and he was like almost nothing else I've ever experienced. Yeah. He goes, boxing is one of the most incredible sports there is, because there is no other sport that puts you out there by yourself in a ring. Everybody's watching you. And the amount of stress that you have to deal with beforehand, all the different things you're going against somebody. It's not like basketball where somebody can score on you, you know, and your teammate could have screwed up or something like that. Or a one-on-one sport, you know, like fencing, for example, you might get scored on. Jiu-jitsu is similar, because you can get your arm broke, your leg broke, and you can be put to sleep. But in jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff like that, you're not going to get punched in the face and possibly knocked out cold in front of people. Now, you can be put to sleep. You know, that's bad. But boxing, there's even, I think it's different. Jiu-jitsu mat, you know, there's a lot of other matches going on. Boxing, they have a ring. You have to step in the ring, and there's something even more challenging about that. And so we talked a lot about it the whole way back from KC, and it was really interesting, all the lessons learned. So we could literally, I mean, Jessie could really talk almost a whole hour just about all her experiences and lessons learned in training, in being in the ring, and afterwards. We should schedule that one for sure.
That's a good series right there. I like that. That's pretty awesome. We love to hear that story. That's interesting how you guys are comparing life and boxing. I didn't look at it that way. I guess because you said boxing's like life, like you're fighting for life. It's like the closest thing you get to is like fighting for your life. Is that what it is for you guys, or like?
No, it's the fight of life. You know, of living, of being true. Of being true. It's that fight. You know, and there were so many things that transferred into the ring that I recognized in myself that I do on a daily basis that are not great things. And those things did not disappear when I stepped in the ring, and those needed to disappear. It was eye-opening. It was awesome, transformative for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we'll love to hear more of that story. I got a question, follow-up question from Mike on the other subject. I have been thinking about joining a local CrossFit gym. They do a lot of barbell work there, full clean snatches, full and front squats, etc. What do you think about the barbell work? I'm 59 years old. Thank you.
Okay. You know, you got to do what floats your boat, what makes you happy. If you enjoy it, do it. And go try it out. And if it resonates with you, go for it. Technically, a person that's older, that has limited range of motion on things, doing barbell work is more challenging. If you have good mobility and stability in your joints, then it should be easier for you. But if you don't, if you're tight jointed and lack range, barbell work will be challenging for you. Is that bad? Depends on it. Do you want to spend time on developing that, you know, those skills? Those same skills, you can do most of them with kettlebells. And I always suggest, if you'll know in your heart if it feels right. Don't be skewed by, people selling you on it. Go in and try it out, and if it feels right for you off the get-go, if they make you feel like it's a safe training place, that you have good support system, that you have good coaching, and they're looking out for your best interest by meeting you where you're at and not asking you to do something that's way over your head.
Good point.
If they have all those points and they're helping you in your training towards reaching your goals, not their goals, and they do it in an environment where it resonates with you, well, cool. That's great. I've talked, I don't agree with a lot of things that they do, and there's a lot of injuries and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean there's great coaches all across the country. Some are at CrossFit, some are at Monkey Bar Gym, some are at Caveman Joe's gym complex, whatever. They're all over the country, but you gotta really go in there and check it for yourself. The biggest thing is, if you don't feel good, God, she just bit the hell out of my leg.
Oh my God.
If you don't feel good in your heart when you're in there and you train, don't train there.
Right.
Don't find another place. Okay, that's the biggest thing. And I'll tell somebody that in a second. Okay, you got to go in your cage.
Hope she doesn't start crying. But put her in the cage because she's just so distracting.
Yeah, no worries. She wants to be the star of the show.
Just shut up. All right.
Wow, she was going crazy on it.
That's awesome.
So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, I believe that's good insight right there. That's really good. Eric just submitted a question right now. What is the one book that changed your life?
I like The Way of the Peaceful Warrior was a great book. I probably gifted that to more people than any other book.
I think the 4 Agreements for me, it was probably the one that sparked most things for me, positive.
4 Agreement. Well, who's the author for the 4 Agreement?
Don Miguel.
Yeah, I think
Don
that's
Miguel
it.
Luis. I believe that's
See
it.
if I can find it.
We don't have some car actually.
Okay.
And The Peaceful Warrior, who wrote that one?
Dan Millman. He's written quite a few great books.
Okay,
The
cool.
Peaceful Warrior if you like books, there's a lot of, it's adventure, but he's teaching some really awesome knowledge throughout the book. Yeah. It's all about, connecting with self, being present. And it's a really, really great book.
It's really nice too, because it's a story, so if you learn better that way, I just like that it's a story. And the 4 Agreements, that's a super popular book anyway. It's just more, this is how it is, structure, there's no storyline with it or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dave submitted a statement, and it's not really a question. I'd especially be interested in seeing a webinar featuring John's parents. He's an online member too, so.
Yeah,
cool.
I think that would be great.
It's a great idea. I like it.
Yeah, individually they can't be together.
Not together. So,
no.
Because you would hear a lot of my mom talking.
This is what his mom would do. Ah!
He's a jerk. He's this or that. My dad would be like this.
You get those those padded baseball bats that has a foam on it, like the.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
My mom would.
Or the homie, the clown sock.
She's 100% Irish, and she's intense. And my dad, and they're sort of comical. They're older, and they're just like, they don't put up with any crap. And my mom is intense.
Yeah. Does your dad, John, still train, like work out a lot too still, or?
Yeah, he works out every single day. He does multiple times up 14 flights of stairs.
Wow.
Condominium. They live in a condo, and they're on the 14th floor, and he goes up and down those quite a few times every single day. He does his workout with his resistance cables every single day.
Wow.
So, and he comes in occasionally and sees Jessie training. She's bad.
Yeah.
And he watches Jessie training and punches her in the head a couple times when he comes in. He has really a horrible sense of feel when he works with Jesse sometimes. So if this is her head and him, you know, generally you might tap somebody when you hit them, when you do your punch like this, and so he does this. Okay, I got it. And he goes, don't move, I'm showing you where you want to hit.
That's crazy. That's awesome. I got a question from Pat here. What approaches to strength training are best for increasing overall athletic abilities and performance, non-sport specific?
Train at our gym. Train on our online membership. It's simple. It's laid out for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The program is written by a really badass strength coach.
That's right. John Hines and Jess Hines, world class.
You know, really badass. He pointed to him. He said, "Oh yeah, she's there too." Oh yeah.
Coaches.
See, that's
doing it a long time. So the main thing is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Follow them. If you just want to work on getting stronger, just do the strength workouts. Balance that with some of the base and Eischens Yoga.
Yeah.
You know, you will get strong and in great shape. You got to work progressively. You work and follow what we say. You improve every single time you repeat a workout. You're going to get considerably stronger every single month.
Yeah, that'll be a good fit for you, Pat. If you could hear us or if you see us in the replay, the online fitness program is perfect for you because you'll get direct coaching from John and Jess Hines and the base certifications in there too, a couple cycles. So look into that. I'll send out the link after the webinar. I got a question from Shelly. How can I get more motivated and stay motivated?
Yeah, get more motivated. Find something that you really want to. Do something big.
Yeah. And
find something you really want to do huge in life. Not run a 5K or walk one, but what do you want to do significant in life?
And make yourself accountable by joining the online fitness membership and talking to people about how close you are to your goal, and people are going to start pushing you towards your goal automatically. So you need to have that community.
Yeah, that community is key.
Big thing is set yourself a goal. If it's something like, if you're, let's say you're overweight and you cannot do a push-up or a pull-up, that's a good first step. Get a dead hang pull-up. How long before you can get that? Well, a couple things need to happen. You probably need to be under 20% body fat for women, you know, to be at a lean body mass so that your body to weight ratio is better. You need to have developed a good amount of strength. So you're going to have trained for months to develop that strength. And you can do that with the Jungle Gym, with our workouts that we provide. You know, and you're going to have to do that in a progressively improving manner. And that's what our workouts do as well. You have to have a really clear goal laid out and just continue to work towards it every single week. And you will attain it, but you gotta set it. You got to have a plan to go for it, and you got to believe that you will attain it. That's one of the biggest things that I still talk to people about jump training today. People are just impressed by how much I improved my vertical jump, but I used to believe it so much I would dream that I was dunking on Michael Jordan.
That's awesome.
I would wake up believing I dunked on him in a couple minutes, and I'm like, wait a second, that was a dream. But I would be so into it, I would dream it almost every single night, and it came to fruition. Not dunking on Michael Jordan, but dunking like him.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I believed in it, I trained it, I had a very clear goal. So if you do those things, you put them together, you can do anything that you want to. You just got to really plan it, believe it, and attack it.
Yeah. It's like playing that movie in your head before it actually happens, you know, seeing yourself there. It's like almost having like the results in your head happen and feeling those results before they actually happen.
Exactly.
When I used to play college basketball, I remember I used to always think about basketball. And when I used to go to sleep, I used to always think about the game we had there or the practice. And I'll be going to sleep and all of a sudden I'll twitch like I'm doing a crossover, like I should have done that, you know? So it's crazy how the mind works. I'm like, whoa, I literally thought I was in the game playing and I was still in bed. It's crazy how that works. Is that like that for you, Jess, when you started doing your boxing? That I feel like, because I've seen some clips on you like training boxing in the past before you did this tournament. Have you trained in the past, but is this something you've always been thinking about too as well, like the boxing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really hit me that it was something I wanted to do when I was in high school. And then when I met John, it was probably about a couple years after that that I really started getting interested in it. But the business was, just taking off, and that kind of took precedence over me training. But it's funny that you say, you do those jerks in your sleep. While I was training for this fight, I was punching, I was doing all kinds of jabs. I'd wake myself up in the middle of the night. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it gets to you.
Yeah, it's weird because like you can't stop thinking about it throughout the day, and then all of a sudden your body reacts to it like it's actually there. It's a weird how that works. Was it like that for you when you trained jiu-jitsu too as well, John? Like were you like always thinking about it and seeing yourself win and all that?
Yeah, you're always like, I would always be hip escaping. And then jiu-jitsu, that's moving like this. And you're always like doing that while you're trying to sleep. And then every jiu-jitsu person out there, when you flip over onto your side or on your stomach, you hip escape. That's just how you turn over. You don't roll over, you hip escape. It becomes part of everything that you do. It's sort of funny.
That is crazy. I got a question from Gary. He's also an online member. He's also a fitness trainer too in Oakland, California. What do you think about the new power pull-up design? I got the old one and I got the new one, and the new one piece came apart. Is that from Lifeline, that equipment, John, the power pull-up design?
Power pull-up?
Yeah, it's a
pull-up design, yeah.
You are.
Yes, it's from Lifeline. I would probably recommend calling Lifeline to see what they can do for you, right? Calling the phone number or emailing them.
Yeah, I would call Lifeline and ask for help on that one. I don't use the pull-up revolution too much. I used to use it. I used to use it quite a bit. Here's my recommendation. Yeah, well, here's my recommendation. If you're going to use it slow to assist you. Don't use it with any type of speed, because then it's going to not give you your return for your dollar. So as long as you're using enough to just barely keep you moving, great. But if you start bouncing off the bottom, it's not going to give you your return, okay, that you want. So as long as you're doing that, you're going to be good. If you're doing your pull-ups with the pull-up revolution or the new version, whatever one, and you bounce off the bottom, it's going to slingshot you up so much that it's going to bypass where your muscles are activated to naturally strengthen you on your pull-up. So if you truly want to get stronger on your pull-ups, which I'm guessing you are, use it, but don't bounce off the bottom. If anything, stop at the bottom and then pull up. You can then pull up as fast as you want, but just don't bounce off the bottom, okay? And then you'll get some nice gains from using the pull-up revolution or the new version of it.
Awesome. Hope that helped, Gary. Question here from, let's see, she put in busy working mom, that's her name. If you're on the go and didn't have time to prep food, what restaurants would you recommend that are plant strong and healthy?
Well,
depends on where you live, and
it does depend on where you live. But there's probably a Chipotle or a to-go. But I think if that's like a fast food, you can kind of pick what you want, make it a naked bowl or whatever those things are called, and pick the vegetables and the beans that you want. That's probably your best bet for fast food.
Awesome. Kelly just submitted a question. Do you recommend using the revolution to learn the human flag?
Well, I've done that before, and that works out pretty well. The flagpole and human flag. I like that as an assistant for levers, for flagpoles. It's very nice, but the setting up of it can be sort of tricky. You have to sort of know how to do it properly, how to get in and out of it properly as well. So for that, I have a bunch of teaching methods that I teach actually at like our elite course, how to get a flagpole and things like that. And you can assist it with the pull-up revolution, but also there's methods, lots of methods that I like to teach that do not use it. So either way can work.
Either way can work. And I found that actually not using it and really focusing on going through the movement, at these heights that are low and then higher and higher slowly that I feel that a lot more, and I appreciated that because then I can slowly start sticking it instead of having something kind of assist me. They both work, but I personally like just trying it on my own.
And especially on flagpoles, like I like to actually teach the trainers how to spot somebody on a flagpole so a person get a feel for it. Because whenever you're doing any type of levered movement like that, you can work it from the bottom up to stick it, or you can go all the way up and then slowly work down to stick it. And then it depends on how you level your legs. You know, if you bend both knees, if you have the legs wide apart, if you just bend the bottom leg or have your feet wide apart like this, you know, then you can manipulate it a bit. And there's so many different variations of it. For basics, though, you got to be able to do a good amount of pull-ups. You got to be pretty friggin' strong with the power wheel rollouts if you even want to get near to doing a flagpole.
True.
Awesome. Gary made a suggestion for Shelly. She can also download the Happy Cow app. Have you guys heard of that before?
Good call.
Yeah, we use that
whenever we travel.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I guess they look for restaurants that's nearby that's like Happy a Cow approved or whatever.
They list vegetarian or vegan restaurants
and health food
in the area.
And health food restaurants and stuff like that.
Awesome. Good call. Actually, I didn't know that was out there. Question from Adrian. If you didn't have access to a gym for the rest of your life, what would you build fitness into your daily lifestyle? How would you build fitness into your daily lifestyle?
I would pretty much train like I do right now. I train outside a lot still. I like training on the monkey bars. I like lifting heavy objects with a piece of pipe and just doing really simple grunt work sometimes. Everything's out there if you need it. Lift a boulder, take some pipes, put them over kettlebell, through kettlebells and lift them, climb a rope, walk on your hands, do push-ups, go to the park and do dips and stuff like that. All of it's good. It's just dependent on what your goal is and how strong you want to be or how fast or whatever you want to do. You can train it without ever stepping into a gym if you want. The benefit of stepping into a gym is you have somebody of knowledge that has more knowledge than you that can program it so that you can get your results faster. The benefit of working out on your own, and if you're that type of person that you just like to do things on your own, experiment with things. You know, you can try a whole bunch of different programs that you see in magazines and stuff like that, but that's going to be sort of like getting workouts, you know, and that's something that we talked about before, is that you're going to get the hot workout of the week, you know, and you're going to keep doing all these different things, and instead of a mindset of training to improve all the time, training to perfect movements. And that's where having a coach really helps. But you know, if you're that type of person that just wants to do it on your own, experiment on your own, make mistakes on your own and grow and stuff like that, that's cool. You can do everything you want outside. Just have to have the initiative to just go start doing it.
Got to be creative.
Yeah. One of the things I like to do actually is I ride during the summer or nice months. I ride my bike around and I work out around town. Every couple minutes, I'll see a street sign. I'll do some flagpoles on it.
That's cool.
I'll see some bike racks. I'll do some step unders and do some surfer step unders underneath the bike racks. I'll do dips on bike racks. I'll do, walk on my hands on stairs. You can do anything that you want. Just ride your bike around town and start to be creative, and you can see all types of fun stuff to do. Again, helpful is, though, getting expert advice. Get a good trainer to teach you how to do things like that. If you're lucky, if you're at a gym that has really good trainers, that will help you out tremendously so that when you do these things, you're safe.
Yeah, that's good suggestions. I like going to the public parks a lot, the monkey bars and stuff like that. It really helps. I really like being outdoors a lot. I really don't like being indoors. So that's really good suggestions. Paul just submitted a question. I prefer a paleo diet, meat-based. Will MBG still be a good fit for me?
MBG is a good fit if you want to get in shape and be healthy. If you eat paleo, you eat paleo. All what we try to do is get people to eat whole food, plant-based. Try to eat a little bit more fruits or plants, basically. That's all we try to get people to do. Paleo is high on the eating of animal products, to the point that it does, in the science behind it, has the science that is out there states that, you know, any diet where over 10 to 20% of animal products, it's been proven that it results over a long time usage in the 5 major diseases, you know, that cause death. And so I believe in that. And I also then I look at, you know, what do primates eat? Primates eat plant-based. They do eat some meat and stuff in there, and that's plant-based, just a little bit. But just because I don't really care if you eat, you know, paleo, the zone diet, or whatever, doesn't mean that you can't train with us or like us. You know, we're just enjoying how we move and how we train. And I like the groups that, the people that enjoy it with us. And we're all going towards this common goal, which is get really strong, but do it in a very, very healthy manner. You know, the way that you eat is the way that you eat. You know, if you want to eat, you know, the way you eat, if you need help in that, cool. We'd love to help you out in that as well.
Yeah.
You know? But that's sort of like a lot of people look at nutrition like it's a religion, which is sort of funny because I like to talk. We were just talking about this with your vote the other day at the gym. It's so funny how people don't like to say who they vote for because they feel it's impersonal, and it's sort of, you know, it's oh, that's my own thing. So what? If you don't want to discuss it, do you not have confidence in your, you know, your choice? If he didn't want to discuss his reasons for eating paleo, you know, that's cool. I think that's good conversation. Just like your vote, it's good conversation. As long as you don't, I'm not going to sit up here and say you're a jerk because you eat this way or that way. If that makes you happy, that makes you happy. Can you do it a little healthier and eat a little less animal products, a little more plants? Yeah, you can probably do that. That'd be nice. You know? But if that makes him happy as hell, and, you know, that's his thing, you know, and if you want to join us in training, cool. Love to have you.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't like to get, I don't like to, as you say, what's that? I don't like to hem anybody's haw or whatever.
Yeah.
Like anyone's yum.
Yeah, I don't like to yuck anyone's yum. Hem anybody's haw. That was a terrible version.
That was close. I like it though.
Hem anybody's haw.
Yeah. That's not funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. But I like how you really create a culture where it's non-judgmental environment, because it's almost kind of like what people thought about ECNT. People thought it was just for fitness professionals. It's not. So a lot of people join because it's personal development. Likewise, like this gentleman just mentioned, oh, you know, I'm a paleo, but I'm out. Is MBG a good fit for me? He's thinking that you have to go completely plant-based like you guys in order to train, and that's not the case. I'm glad that you guys brought that up, because a lot of people have those misconceptions a lot when it comes to your philosophy or other people's philosophy. So I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you for doing that. We're coming up on an hour here. Dave just made a comment. Dave McCraw, he's an online fitness member. He said the whole food plant-based restaurant options, he enjoys Subway's, the veggie sandwich. He piles up a lot of spinach.
I was going to mention Subway, but so thank you.
That's awesome. And let's see, do I have any? No, that's pretty much it. I got one last question, and we'll let you guys go, because I know we want to respect you guys' time here. It was just submitted through this Q&A. Can you tell me the difference between sugar and fructose? Some say it acts the same, and others say they are totally different. If I eat fruit, am I having a lot of sugar?
Yeah, but fruit version of sugar is better, but it's still sugar. And it depends on, you know, I like people to eat plant-based, as we mentioned many times, and that includes fruits, nuts, seeds, you know, tall types of veggies, a little bit of animal products if that's where you want, you know. But if you consume a lot of fruit, people oftentimes if they're having weight issues, that's where the problem lies. from too much consumptions of fruit. Now, interestingly enough, there is groups out there called fruitarians, and they'll eat just fruit. There is groups out there that eat predominantly fruits and vegetables, and that's it. And they eat it all raw. There's a group out there called 80-10-10. Dr. Graham founded this way to eat, where you eat 80% of your food it's all plant-based, but 80% carbs, 10% protein, 10% fat. Basically, that's all vegetables and fruits. It's really hard to add nuts and seeds into that type of meal plan without messing up the percentages. So a lot of people get into that way of eating. It's a diet, just like paleo is a diet, just like veganism is a diet. The South Beach diet and the Zone diet, they're diets. And what I saw with that was just like all the other diets that I just said, it says you can have this, you can't have this. And there's a lot of judgment that goes with that. If you were to eat any diet, and that's sugar, eat lots of fruits and stuff like that, yeah, it's cool. They're good. They're healthy for you and stuff like that. Just don't overconsume them especially if you're trying to get leaner. Yeah. I know I really went off the deep end.
No,
there.
I remember reading about it some time ago, but I can't remember exactly how the two break down in the body. If they break down differently. So if you're eating a refined sugar compared to eating fruit, I just can't remember the difference, unfortunately. But if you're trying to stay away from a fruit that has a high amount of sugar in it, you're going to want to stay away from the bananas, the oranges, the apples. You're going to want to eat more of those, what they call nightshade fruits, eating more strawberries and blueberries, and that's going to have a lower sugar content in it. But you know what, maybe we'll do a little bit more research. I'll look back in my books and really figure out how those two actually break down in the body, if they're separate. But if she's really trying to cut back, just start eating nightshade fruits, the darker, the berries and stuff like that, and that should help.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks so much. They say I'm not sure if it's a boy or girl. I'm sorry, but they said thank you, and I can't really understand the name. But that was very helpful. I appreciate you guys' time, taking an hour out of your time. I get emails all the time saying this webinar is really helpful, and they really like how we get their actual question and answer it live and pre-record it. So thank you so much, John and Jess, for your time. A quick announcement, folks. Again, check out our online fitness program if you want to experience their training methods and their Plant Strong ebooks and base workouts in there. We also got the CNT, April 22nd to the 24th in Madison, certified natural trainer. You don't have to be a fitness pro. It's just for personal development. You're more than welcome to join too as well. And we also got the Eischens Yoga digital download program. So thanks so much, John and Jess. Do you have anything else you guys want to close out with? That'd be awesome. If not, we could close it.
No, just keep training hard.
Yeah, keep training hard. Do your best to eat in a healthy manner for yourself and the planet. Help those around you as best as you can. And hopefully, if you have any questions, add them on. We'll see you guys next week. All right.
Awesome. Thanks so much, John and Jess. You guys have a good day. Bye. Bye.